Hello, everybody. I am Michaela Botino, and I am back with the Summer of Love podcast. We are on episode number 4. Yes, more than halfway through the summer. And this past Wednesday, I just listened to the Jody More band.
Woohoo!
They were amazing.
Thank
Really high
you.
energy crowd. Yeah, exactly. Very high energy. People screaming. They were going crazy.
The bands went wild.
They did. They went so wild. So we're here with 2 band members. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Rob Welsh. I play bass in the band.
Awesome.
I'm Jody More, and I'm Jody More.
Yeah, from the Jody More band. I mean, who else? So it was a great show. First of all, I just want to say that
Thank
I
you,
really
Michaela.
enjoyed listening. Yeah, and you had a lot of people going up there dancing. They were really into it.
It was a great crowd.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's really interesting. The stadium seating is great,
Oh yeah.
and it's intimate, even though it's large.
Yeah.
And you know, you see the people walk in one by one and sit down, and the little kids come in, and then you realize that this is a real happening thing. You
Right.
know?
It's packed.
It's a good
every week.
vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. People love it.
Yeah, the Vibe Wednesday was awesome.
Yeah.
It was.
Felt good.
You got the sunset.
Yep.
It turned out to be a nice night.
Yep.
I'm sure we were all happy about it. I mean,
Yeah. There was a good breeze, even I had the humidity.
Oh yeah.
Like I
you
was
must have
saying-
been sweating up there.
Yeah, the whole night I'm singing with my hair down, in my mouth. It was like, yeah, and I'd look up at the sky and just say, oh, it's beautiful out.
Yeah.
So
It's something you got to enjoy. We only get a couple months out of the year with this kind of weather,
Yeah.
so. But
and this guy over here goes wild on the bass.
oh
man.
yeah, you were like slapping the
Yeah,
bass.
yeah, jumping
was
around.
great.
We
It
were
was
up on the
great.
riser, and
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, you seem to be having fun, just like all the other members.
Do you
I
have
mean,
fun, Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you enjoy
This
it?
band
like
is
you're
fun
having
to
a
play
good
with,
time.
period.
It
It's
is.
like that every night.
So it's
yeah.
not something unique to have that much fun on stage with all of you together.
Well, it's funny because
You can't
Well,
help it.
Yeah,
I
not
start-
with the songs you play.
I
They're
started the band
great.
actually. Well, I tried to start the band like
6 or 7.
oh my gosh, maybe 5 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and I went through all these processes, and and I finally got the right bunch of guys together. What, last October maybe? That's when we got Bill, last October. Bill's our drummer, and I realized that I had no idea what was going on behind me night after night. So I
No
remember,
kidding.
So I remember one night I decided to turn around and look. And they're doing all these weird things behind my back and jumping around and twirling sticks and laughing. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you'll see me turn around and just kind of be like this because I want to watch them.
Exactly. It's so funny. You all have your own personalities on the stage.
Yeah.
And we were watching it while we were recording, and we're just like, this is so funny. Everyone is really in their own little world right now on the stage, but sometimes you interact with each other, and I like to see that with bands. You don't always see that.
Right.
It seems like you all have a great relationship with each other.
Yeah. A lot of times
Yeah.
I'll just stand, I see people who stand and sing, and that's fine. I can't. Like, I literally
You
can't.
have to move.
I have to move around. I have
Mhm.
to jump around, flail around,
Oh, yeah.
and, try not to look like a spaz or something, but,
I
It's
just
always
go
fun.
for spaz.
Yeah, why not?
He doesn't care about perfecting the moves. And when these guys get going, I just step back and watch it,
Yeah.
because it's just like,
It's like, wow, they got some moves up there,
right. Or I'll just jump in the crowd and dance with the crowd.
I did see you do that,
Yeah.
which was really fun, and everyone was like, wow, she's coming down,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Not as much as usual, though, because the stage, I didn't want to jump off
Yeah.
and hurt myself.
I don't blame you. Would have been a fun fall, right?
Yeah.
So this isn't your first time, it's not your first time at all playing at Summer of Love.
It is.
It is?
That was our first time.
That was your first time?
Yeah.
I was really surprised because I was like, wow, they seem really comfortable up here, like they've been here before, like they've done this before.
I love these guys. They're the best guys. I'm so lucky. I'm so
Wow.
blessed. And you're
Yeah.
right. It's a good mix, and we all play off of each other and have our own unique whatever. And there's no drama, and everybody can take
Yeah.
a joke, and you deal with the stress and you move on. And
Yeah, and you
Whatever.
play music. which
because
is
if you're
why
not
you're
having
there.
fun, why are you doing it?
Exactly.
And I want to make sure everybody out there is having fun.
Oh, yeah.
And the best way to make sure your audience is having fun is if you're having fun.
Exactly.
Right?
You're feeding them the energy that you're
Yeah.
feeling, so
Yeah.
which is exactly what it's all about. And so, but you're in the onset area
yes,
for a
I
little
live-
while this weekend, right?
Oh, right.
But
Well,
you also live here,
I live here,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I picked this area. I came down here per chance. A friend of mine up in Boston, her mother had a house down here.
Mm-hmm.
So I started coming down with her and just
Wow.
met my husband down here. And I said, well,
So this is the place.
this is where I'm going to settle. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd never even heard of it before.
Really? Awesome.
2000. Yeah, I mean, I knew about Wareham,
Mm-hmm.
until my girlfriend, who I met in probably 2005 or 6 or something, and we started coming down. I was like, oh, this is a great little community.
Yeah, it's super cute.
And we're so spoiled on that stage, just back to, the whole experience on stage. I mean, we can get up on the drum riser and jump around and
Oh, yeah.
just, you can really express yourself. It's just a nice stage, nice stadium seating, good group of people that come and they really enjoy being there. There was a couple, hey, Bob and Bernadette from New Bedford. They said they've been coming up, sitting in the same spot for 7 years.
7 years?
And they see all the bands.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you met some people too afterwards?
Oh
or-
yeah, they come up and they talk and they want you to know their story and that
Oh, I
they
love-
really
that's
enjoy
awesome.
themselves. And
So
that's
awesome.
just the best part. And you get hugs and the little kids looking up all happy.
Oh, they're so funny. I love watching the kids. They get on the stage, they're dancing.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, go for
It's
it.
the best
This
part.
will be part of the show.
It is. It is. So how did you get involved with each other? How did you meet and form the band?
Like I said, a few years ago, I tried to get it together, and one person didn't work out for one reason or another. Maybe surgery or got a divorce or something. People have lives, and this happens. And I used to say to my husband, "It's just never going to work." How do you find people who want to play because
They
they
want to
need to?
Yeah.
It's in their blood, and you need to find people that, like I said, no drama. No nonsense, just all there like-minded to have a good time and make sure people have a good time. And so I used to say, I'm never going to find 3 more people that want to do what I want to do. You know, it's just, it's tough. It's a 4-way marriage or more,
Yeah, if you have a bigger band, then good luck.
Definitely.
Yeah, and we've seen some bigger bands on the stage too, and I'm like, you got a trumpet, you got, sax.
Yeah.
There's so many different instruments that come on that stage, and they change the whole.
And you have to show up prepared.
Oh yeah, ready to go.
Yeah. ready
Every
to go.
time on your A game.
Mhm.
I don't think a lot of people realize how much energy goes into performing. Like, you were going for 3 hours.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you must be exhausted by the end of the night.
When I start getting tired, I look at these guys and I see them, bouncing around, and I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it.
You gotta keep going.
Got to keep breathing and looking at the sky and
Mhm.
just saying, this is great.
Yeah.
And that really fuels you along. Or you see the people smiling.
Yeah, and it means a lot.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
I just feel it. I like to play the songs from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
Yeah,
when
you
did
can-
you start playing your instrument?
You've been playing
Yeah.
for a long time.
yeah, I started as a keyboard player.
Oh,
and
really?
then switched. Actually, got forced onto bass, and then
You got forced out of the
yeah, we were out on tour, and our bass player left.
Oh, okay.
A story like you're probably familiar with. Suddenly, poof, she's gone.
Yeah. Same.
And
Mhm.
and we were hundreds of miles from home in a town where we had a show that night. So we have a hasty band meeting and decide we need bass on stage more than we need keys and rhythm guitar. And in my early days, I was kind of covering the roles left-handing because I was more comfortable on keyboards, left-handing a lot of the bass lines. And we got back to our town, and I was still covering it, and our bass tryouts weren't going well. Meanwhile, I was really digging the instrument and how you approach the song from that role.
No kidding.
So I wound up asking the guys, hey, would you mind if we instead started playing some tryouts for a keyboard player? And I just stayed here. And
So that's how it worked
Yeah.
out. So you had to learn it on a whim. Like one night.
I had no,
you just
I
had to
known
go
that.
for
I
it?
grew up in a household of music. So
Oh, okay. So
had
you were
some idea
familiar.
how to play it, just hadn't really formally
Done it.
approached it. Yeah.
Wow. That music is definitely in your blood then, if you can just switch an instrument and be like, guess I'm gonna play this tonight. But that's exciting.
That's a challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, like I said, the first night, a lot of left-handed keyboards because I'm like, I'm not sure how I'm fingering on a bass. So, you know, yeah.
It's a little
Yeah,
different.
Yeah.
Did you have sheet music on the stage, or were you ready to go?
I kind of knew the songs. This was a group that went out toured with the original music.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it was natural for you to
Time ago, yeah.
just come on over to the Jody More band. afterwards?
Yeah, well, this was many bands between then and now.
Oh,
I'm talking
okay.
about
Yeah, I know
bands.
you were in Gina Mark.
Yes, I was.
What were some of the other names?
Yeah. How many bands have you been in?
The Odyssey, Synergy.
Okay.
Did a little stint in Southbound.
Wow.
And you've always
Did
lived
I?
in the Norton area?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've also done a lot of the jazz improv circles where we basically the
Ooh,
band
that's fun.
forms that night. You know, somebody calls up and says, "I got a gig. Who's in?" And you kind of go there. I assume I'm going to play bass. It could be another instrument. You know,
Oh, that's
you
fun.
don't know what the songs are going to be or how you're going to approach it. You just,
Just go for it.
well, it's a conversation. You know?
Yeah, that's fun.
This is more of a high energy thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I got into this simply. This is when people are looking for people. You've got to go for all your strokes of luck.
Mm-hmm.
Is I was in the mood thinking I needed to look for something a little more high energy, and
Mhm.
you know there was a certain thing I wanted to get myself back to.
Yeah.
Getting old, I didn't want to just play jazz the rest of my life. I wanted to rock out again.
Right.
You happen to have posted something like that day, just saying I'm looking for it. It was very vague, but I just shot back, "Hey, I'll check you guys out." So
Yeah.
we decided to do that, and then the
It worked
checkout
out.
went well.
Yeah, he was the first
Wow.
audition out of 8.
Oh,
I
wow.
knew the minute I met him, I'm like, that's the guy, because we were doing some song and he, you know, and he's clapping and moving around. And I'm like, I want that guy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun.
Well,
He's
you were
having a
doing
great
the
time.
same thing in there,
Yeah.
and that was why
Because
I
I can't
started
stand
going,
still.
this actually is what I'm shopping for.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
you
and
knew.
then
that
you guys
wanted
had it together. I was playing Stump the Band. This is what you
Mhm.
do.
Yeah.
And I was throwing out songs. I did not fool Jack once.
No.
No.
Well, that's the funny thing. Actually, when I started the band, I was doing, more sort of low key, not as much high energy, right?
Yeah.
And I auditioned 55 guitar players.
55.
55.
Wow.
I had a bass player,
That's
50,
That's a lot of people.
and I got the list, so I can
Wow.
attest to that. And what it is with the one guitarist, you need somebody who can cover the whole band because you don't have a
Sure.
second guitarist and you don't have a keyboard player or anything else.
Yeah.
So that's why, I met Jack. I knew instantly I wanted Jack. Jack was coming out of another very popular band, and then he says, I just don't want to do the music you're doing. So one day I said, okay. I started some other projects. They didn't work out. And so I call him up, I'm like, what do you want to do? He says, I want to do high energy rock and roll. I said, send me a list.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay. And we had a couple of practices. Then the drummer couldn't do it anymore. He had some surgeries. And that happened. And then my bass player passed away unexpectedly right before a show. And I swear to God, from the heavens, he got us a replacement in a half an hour.
Yeah, that all happened very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember that, Kat?
He wasn't at the show. I actually knew something was wrong because we were very close, and I hadn't heard from him, and I always heard from him. And so I called his family, and they called me and said they found him at home with his bass, and I cried and texted a few people, and Mark Olson from that 80s band contacted me, and he says, I got the guy for you. This guy shows up. This is a half an hour after we find out, and he knows our entire night's work.
Wow.
And
That
he was
is.
amazing. So we played
That's
with him for a
amazing.
while, but he was involved with other things. So, like I said, I had an audition, and that's when we met Rob. So
Yeah.
basically with Rob and Jack now, it was kind of like, all right, we know what we want to do,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to get to the point where we don't have any practices.
Yeah.
We know our stuff.
Yeah.
If we need to practice something or learn a new song, we do it at home, and then we just come to the show prepared to do the new song.
Yeah.
And then that's when I lost my drummer. And he had some personal business that he needed to attend to.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a couple of fill-ins, and right before a show, I get a text from one of the fill-ins that he's in the hospital.
Oh.
So I had just run an
gosh.
ad. And the reason my ads were vague is because you
Wow.
you screen like through so many emails when
Yeah.
you run an ad. And so I figured, if I'm vague, anybody who's worth their while is just going to tell me who they are.
Yep. They're
and
gonna
what
want
they
it.
want.
Mhm.
Right. So I hear from a couple of guys, and so I just call up this guy. I'm like, "Can you be at this venue in a half an hour, and we'll wing it?" I'd never
Just
met
play.
him, but I talked to him on the phone, and it was just like with Jack. I knew by talking to them on the phone.
That it was gonna work.
Right, because they sounded that they knew exactly what they wanted, and that if I couldn't supply it to them, then they weren't interested.
Right.
Whereas the other ones that are eager, I'm the best, you want me. It's like, that never works out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the one who say, well, can you make me happy?
Right.
Right?
Because they know they're worth your
Right.
while.
So he showed up. We did the night, and I turned around and I said, you're hired.
You're not leaving.
So Bill has never seen the inside of our practice space.
What?
He just showed up and played, and we've been playing ever since.
Oh my god.
And I've seen it once the day I came down and met you guys.
Yeah.
That
No.
is.
Yeah, and the only time
Crazy.
he's been in it was when he had his audition.
I've never heard of something so on the fly, and it sounds really good.
It's a meant to be thing.
You're
Yeah.
all really good with each other.
We can have that kind of confidence with each other, though. We can all say, okay, we're going to play this song next week. I just learn it, and I show up, and I don't spend a minute going, well, gosh, I hope the other guys have their act together on this.
Yeah.
You know,
You're all confident
we're
in
going
each
to call
other.
it off,
Yeah.
we're going to start it, it's going to be good. Period.
Yeah. Or if
You
they're
know.
like, maybe not tonight. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't happen
Yeah.
too much.
Doesn't
though.
happen too much, yeah.
Yeah.
Or a lot of times people come up and say, oh, do you know blah, blah, blah? And I'll turn around and Jack will go, I know it. Like, we never even thought of doing the song, and
Mhm.
somebody would request her. And they'll be like, I've done it. And Bill will be like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And so that's the great thing. Like, I keep an iPad so I can quick go look for lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
And we can just do any song. Pretty,
Yeah, I saw
pretty
you
much.
up there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, with it last night. You didn't really go to it, but I did see it there. And I
Well,
was-
sometimes I'll look at people in the crowd, and they'll just be so cute.
yeah.
And I'll start thinking, aren't they cute? And I'll forget the words. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm
you're
supposed
so
to be singing.
yeah.
Right? So it's kind of good to have it there when I get, CRS.
Just
And,
in case.
Yeah.
That happens. Like so many
Yeah.
musicians do that.
Yeah, sure.
There's a lot of lyrics out there.
I'm not too, hey,
There's a lot of lyrics out there.
whatever it takes, because I do get distracted. I'm like, oh, look at that tree. Yeah.
Right. You're just enjoying the night.
Boy, it's really pretty
Yeah.
out tonight. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
not
look at the
just-
kids.
It's not just the lyrics. I did that 2 or
Yeah,
3 times
I
in
have
that show.
that dress.
Yeah, with notes. I mean,
Do you do
Yeah.
that,
I
Kat?
totally get it.
Yeah.
I'm usually off in like some other universe.
some world.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Back.
Wait, you're on the stage.
It's so I'm so happy to hear you say
Oh my
that.
god, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you go down there, you
Okay,
get a bunch of
focus,
high fives to the
focus.
crowd, and
Yeah.
then you come back and you realize, are we in the second verse?
Yeah, right.
You know.
Wait, where are we?
Is the bridge coming up at the ending?
He's so caught up in
Yeah.
everything. Well, yeah, when there's a lot of people who are loving what you're doing and you're just like trying to interact,
Yeah.
it can be a lot. But
It's so fun.
you play a lot of shows, right?
Yeah.
You're
we do.
always doing a lot. Wow. So, but back to what I was saying earlier. You are playing tomorrow and tonight.
Yeah.
So where are you playing tonight again?
Where are we tonight, Rob?
Right over
Right
here.
over there. Okay. So
Viking-
you're on the
Viking.
cruise. Wow.
The canal cruise.
That's gonna be awesome.
So anybody that wants to come down and sign up for the canal cruise, I
Yeah,
they're more
understand the
than
boat's
welcome to.
already pretty booked up.
I
but
think it is, but we might have a +1. They sell the +1, so there might be a couple of
Yeah.
those.
It's gonna be fun. Have you ever done this?
Check them out, find it
Yes.
out.
Oh, you have. You've done this gig before.
Yes.
Yeah, we did one as this band, this lineup.
just about 3 weeks ago, isn't it?
Right, it came
Wow.
really quick.
You came right
July
back.
14th,
Jeez.
and time just flies. But
The crowd got very excited.
yeah, we played up above,
Ooh.
and people have a ball. They
Oh yeah. Oh,
just-
it looks fun. Like I see it go by sometimes. Like that looks like so much fun.
yeah.
And is it?
You
how
show
long
up
is
tonight,
it?
I'll get you on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's $20 you can spend. I mean, it's just.
I have
It
to do
really
it
is.
before the summer ends, and I've been saying like I'm gonna do it. So yeah, you might see me tonight, and I'll be really excited.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I just loved watching you guys so much last night, and I was like, I can't wait to do this podcast tomorrow. Like your energy up there is so funny, and everyone is so funny, but it feels like when I'm watching you, I'm just like I know you guys, and I'm like I don't even know them, but I feel like I know them.
Wow, that's the best compliment of all.
Yeah.
It is.
Thank you.
Like
Thank you.
it's very personable,
Yeah.
and it was great. It was so great. It really was. It
Yeah.
was as good as I'm saying that it is right now, and I'm really not usually like that when I hear bands,
Oh.
but I'm like, wow, this is like really great.
You know, that's the thing. We're not pretentious or anything else. We're a bunch of people that, you know, you get to the point, you realize what's important in life,
Yeah.
and you go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, these people that wait, they're like, yeah, maybe someday. It's like, no, today is
Just
the
do
day.
it. If you love it, do it. Yeah.
Today
Yeah.
is the day.
And what songs did you play last night? Your favorite songs that you played last night?
Oh, boy.
Do you know? There were so many that you played. You had such a wide variety.
Well, of course, I like all the funk stuff through the
Yeah.
middle and stuff.
I like the
have a
funk
good
stuff, too,
time.
because that's when I step back and I watch Rob and Jack come to the center stage.
Mm-hmm.
And they just start, you know, going back and forth.
Yeah.
And when Jack really gets going.
When he's going.
Oh, my gosh. And these two guys really get going, you know.
With each other.
Yeah, I like what is we never play Brick House the same way twice.
Right.
You know, I'll start a little solo that is never the same thing twice. I'm just making up something new each time.
Yeah.
And then at the right moment, Jack will come in, and then we start doing play and respond type things back and forth.
Ooh.
And then if they expecting me to come up to the mic and they kind of turn around and look at me, I go, no, go ahead.
Yes.
Do your thing.
Do your thing. It's really
Go
fun.
have fun.
Yeah. I like watching you.
We're at the ice cream cart.
Yeah. Over there making an ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, you played a decent amount of songs last night, wide variety, and by the end of the night, everyone was basically dancing. It was very packed at that center.
Yeah, the list comes from really requests, you know.
Really, most of that was requests.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I knew when I was a kid I always wanted to be a singer, but I was really shy, and I didn't have
Wait,
any.
you were shy?
Extremely shy.
That's too funny.
I was the girl that hid in the hallway and didn't make eye contact,
And now you're on the stage.
I know, isn't that nuts?
And you're
I
like,
knew I wanted to do it, but my mom was like, no, that's not a real thing, you know.
Yeah. The typical, no, got a real job.
You know, it takes special people to do things like that, and you
Yeah.
don't have that, and, you know, you should go to college, and I did all that, you know.
Yeah.
But the whole time in the back of my mind, I'm like, but it's really what I want to do.
Yeah, I want to sing.
Yeah, and I played a little guitar, so I used to kind of just hide in my dorm and play a little bit, you know, and just kind of keep. So the point is, when we finally kind of get this cover band together, I did some original bands when I lived in Boston. I did some original stuff, and I was always, you know, either backup girl or second fiddle kind of thing. You know?
Yeah.
So when I come down here, I wanted to go for it, you know.
You wanted to make your move.
Yeah. So when we decided to do covers and get the list together, and people were requesting these songs, like, you know, Sweet Caroline and American Girl, and I'm thinking, I can't sing Tom Petty, you know. But the thing is, you just keep at it. You keep at it. You make it your own. You make your own sound.
Yeah.
And what I realized that I didn't realize before is that you just be you. You know,
Right.
now they say that on American Idol, all that stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
They say just be you and do
Don't
it
be
your way.
anybody else.
And it's just gonna happen.
But
And
it
it's
is
really
true. It's like really be yourself. Stop
Yeah.
trying to be everything else.
And don't
You'll
say
do
I,
great.
Don't say no. Don't say I can't. Don't
Mhm.
say, you know, just try it.
Yeah.
Mess around with it, whatever, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't believe in themselves, and if you're the one that does, then other people will be like, "Hey,
I
maybe
just
I
got
can
to the
do
point
that
where
now."
I just thought, you know what, life is getting, you know, with the my bass player John passing away.
Yeah.
Wow,
That was a big
wake up call.
pivotal moment.
Big wake up call.
Mhm.
And I really feel like he's actually one of our
He's with you
little
guys.
angels guiding our little band along, you know.
That's awesome.
So that's the
That's a
only
great
way I can
feeling.
explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
God bless him.
So much that I just learned in talking with you two today about your band that I had no clue, but it's so incredible to hear how you came together, how you play, what you play, and also just I'm still baffled by the fact that you just go on the stage and you're like, yeah, we'll play it. Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
Because it sounds really great. And
Or we'll do
Yeah.
like the beginning of a song, like as much as we know, and then we'll morph into this, you know. Like Jack's good at that, or even you too. It's like, well, we could start with it, and then we'll just morph into this other song that we already do.
that's so crazy.
You know, kind of like give everybody a little tease.
And they're like, whoa, how did you do that? Wow. That's great.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you would like to talk about from last night or what you have going on?
I want to mention Saturday night we're playing at the Loft.
oh yeah, That's
Okay.
at the Cove Resort in South Yarmouth.
Yes.
And we'll be
Alright.
there. And that's
Ooh, that's gonna be a fun space.
that did a lot of great people dance. A lot of people go dancing. There's good food there. And
Mm,
a lot
Especially the food. Anybody
Yeah.
go there
You're
early,
gonna
get
get the
yourself
food
some
too?
dinner. Oh,
that
it's
would be
good.
good.
But as far as last night, I mean,
runs a
honest to
great
God,
place.
when you
Ooh.
asked us to come in and talk, I thought I'd have absolutely nothing to say.
Oh my God, no.
And I haven't been able
No.
to shut up. So,
It's fun. It's fun to just talk about whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's
but I
great.
appreciate that because
Of course.
this is really great that you're doing this because
Mhm.
we've never talked
About.
about us.
I'm so surprised.
with us.
I checked out your Facebook and that's pretty established, so I'm kind of surprised that you've never had the moment to just talk about your band because online you seem like you're.
I
you know what
we
you
all
are
just,
and
we
what
knew
you're doing.
And like I said, we all plugged into the right goals and
Yeah.
off it happens.
Off you
So,
go. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yay.
That's awesome.
The life is good.
I know. I thank you for spending your time with me today and
Thank you.
sharing with me
Oh,
everything
no,
that
it was
you
a
know.
pleasure.
Yeah.
We appreciate you having us.
Of course, of course. If there's any other time you want to talk about your gigs or what you're doing, we'd be more than happy.
Yeah, maybe we get Jack and Bill in here.
That'd be
Yes.
a lot of fun.
They're
yeah.
funny.
Yeah. I mean, we do this podcast every week, so whatever.
Yeah.
Yes. But
Great.
thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And excited for you tonight and tomorrow. And so, yeah, I'm Michaela here with the Summer of Love podcast, here with Jody and Rob, and we are out.
Bye, everybody.